Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. This one is timeless and it is love-based. It will not be 18 plus. It's just going to be a clean love-based reading. So I'll get that out of the way for those of you that are here for that purpose. But I'm not going to drag this out any further. We are going to look to see who you will marry, your future spouse. We may get some timing, some astrological placements. We'll try to see whatever we can get out of each pile. Now, this is the point in the reading in which I verbally describe each pile so that those of you that may be visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe to make your selection, may do so. Now, pile one, it is a white 3-tier classic square cake. It has peach, beige, golden, whatever the colors are, roses on it. Very clean style. Pile two is something I snuck in there. It's not an actual cake. It is a quote unquote cake, right? It is a sand castle that is shaped in the form of a cake. Now it is 3-tier. It is circular. It has seashells on it and pink flowers. And then it has 2 starfish on the top of it. Pile three, it is a white 3-tier round cake. It has pink and orange flowers and it has blackberries on it as well. And then pile four is a completely unique styling. It is a 3-tier circular chocolate cake. It has like cream cheese filling in between the slices, but it's not on the outside of the cake. And then it has like fresh mixed berries around each tier, and it has powdered sugar sprinkled on the top. Okay, now I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile one. So I'm not gonna lie, when I started this reading, I don't know, I feel a little anxious. I feel a little nervous. So I don't know what's going on. If maybe you're a nervous person or if the person you're gonna marry is a bit nervous, but like that's a nervous energy coming through immediately for pile one. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna start with this oracle deck so that I can kind of get a keyword to kind of describe your person's personality and whatnot. But I'm not gonna lie, there's an anxious energy coming through. So but yeah, let's see who you will marry. Any details you can get regarding that and your future spouse. Tell me about pile one. And I'm like clearing my throat. So your person may like have it, and I'm very hydrated. I'm more hydrated today than I normally am, ironically enough. So like the thing in my throat right now, I don't know what's going on. Like maybe somebody needing to speak up. Like you need to speak up. Like I don't know. Like it just issues with communication. I don't know what that is. So let's see. Strength. Okay. So your person is gonna have a certain strength about them. Could be physical strength, mental strength, just a deeply spiritual strength. Just something about your person is strong. I'm also hearing maybe strong silent type, so maybe that's the throat stuff that I've got going on right now, and like a certain anxiety. So I don't know, some of you may be like the nervous energy, and then like your person that you end up with will likely be very stable and like not easily waved, like not that nervous energy, or it could be the opposite. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting so far. Let's see what's at the bottom. Innocence. Okay, so maybe that is the nervous energy. It may be like an unfamiliar energy, like an inexperienced energy, like a strong innocence here. Could be you, your person, or the both of you, but maybe that's that anxiety. It is the fear associated with a connection, with a marriage, like, you know what I mean? Because it is a big step, especially for those of you that are not as experienced, okay? So let's hop into the tarot deck. Right now, I'm going to do that, and then I have my astrology-based oracle decks, and then I have Melanin Pop and a few love-based decks so we can get more details on who you're going to marry. So tell me more about pile one, since this is my nervous and likely inexperienced pile. Tell me all about pile one's future spouse. I do feel my throat clearing a little bit as I develop the energy. So it's like maybe an anxiety at the beginning of a connection or even the beginning of the marriage. I don't know if I'm going to get to the grit of the actual marriage, just because I know I can do another reading for that. I actually think I have a concept in mind. So we're just going to stick to who you're going to marry and maybe what their personality is going to be like, and possible timing if that's what we're meant to know, right? So let's see. Oh, that's 2. So something unexpected, because I didn't expect that to be 2 cards. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is very stable energy, the Strength card. Someone that is, if you see all the tiny people, someone that is very good at caretaking, very good at taking care of people, very good at supporting a family or family members. Why is that like that? I'll put it down, and then I want to look at that other one, and we'll develop this. Yeah, that's that 9 of, I don't know why I want to say swords, like an anxiety, but it's definitely the 9 of wands. And I don't know what the blurry nature is, the lack of focus here, but there it is. There's like a lack of focus coming in. So maybe it's not very clear to you right now what your future holds as it relates to your connections and marriage and whatnot. Like, it feels like a very confusing energy. And so I see this energy as you're gonna, it's like a timing. I don't want to say, see, even the way that I'm reading it is almost with uncertainty. I know exactly what this energy is, but it's like there's a pause. There's a pause. So when you get married, I guess, and who you'll marry, it'll happen during a period where things are finally stabilizing, where you're really organizing all of your projects, because all of these little people here are like little tasks, right? It's like, okay, let me ground myself in all of these little things that I need to stabilize. And then there's a space, there's a pause here with that 9 of swords. I keep calling it the 9 of swords. That is not what it is. So some of you, that is that anxiety. That anxiety is you coming through heavily, but that is the 9 of wands. And it talks about a pause. It talks about like fighting a good fight, kind of being a little bit bruised and whatnot, possibly from that 9 of swords energy. But then it's like, okay, let me just take space before I power through, right? And so it's going to come at a period where you're kind of, I don't want to say run down, but some of you will be, but like you'll either be run down, or you'll be approaching a burnout, or you'll be realizing that you need to take a space to ground yourself. Okay. That is when, you'll meet your future spouse. Okay. That is a time period. I'll take both of those. We'll take the bottom. Exactly. So, a period where you need support, or where you're gaining support through some sort of a team or friendship group. I say team because this is the card of collaborations. This is the card of collaborations, and with Pentacles, it's typically like monetary based, right? In terms of the goals. So it could be work, it could be school, it could be charity work, just work with some type of goal in a group setting. So lots of people, it does seem like a situation where there's an overwhelming sense of responsibility, like a lot, like biting off more than you can chew in some instances, or just having everything thrown at you. So that is that anxiety. And then you've got the 7 of swords, which is, again, that's that energy of not really seeing it coming. And I think it's funny that I said biting off more than you can chew, and here we are. So some of you, that is definitely the case. So I don't want to keep it at that vibrational state, but innocence is a renewed kind of full energy, regaining of strength, right? So 6 of swords, this is a moving beyond that energy. So once you reach a space, because this is from your perspective, once you move beyond this energy of instability and imbalance, especially materially based, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is here, and then you've got these collaborators here, as well as the tiny people in the 3 of Pentacles. So earth energy is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So those could be your placements, or those could be themes, right? Virgo rules day-to-day work. It rules health, wellness, It rules your energy of service, right? Giving service, overextending. And then Taurus, it talks about acts. It talks about your assets and things you own. And then Capricorn is all about your work and whatnot. So it could be those themes where you kind of need kind of grounded energy and balanced energy and or a break. And when you pull away, and especially pulling within, right, with this Seven of Swords, it's kind of hidden energy, or even sneaking off with the Seven of Swords leading into the Six of Swords. It's like, okay, discreetly pulling your energy back and then sneaking off or moving beyond this situation, whatever the situation is, where you're doing more than you should. That is when you'll really meet the person that you're meant to marry, that you will, since we're looking specifically at your future spouse. And this could even be all of you are at different stages of life, so it could be past, it could be present, or future energy. It just depends on where you are, but we'll develop it further. So let me start pulling from these astrology-based oracle decks. This energy, if you need to ground your energy, pile one, maybe definitely do something to ground your energy, like go outside. Definitely maybe take a walk, touch some grass, like connect with the plants, animals, whatever you need to do. I'll take, I think that might be 3. We'll take them. House 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacy. So again, fear, all of the aspects of yourself that may frighten you, right? Not necessarily that are hidden, even though we do see that in the Seven of Swords. It talks about the aspects of yourself that you are afraid of, right? The sides of you that you kind of not avoid, but that you kind of consciously repress. Venus, give and receive love, find value and see beauty. This is actually confirming that material energy that I was talking about, because this is the 2nd and 8th house axis, right? So 8th house of Scorpio energy, of debts, inheritances, of other people's money. And then Venus rules the 2nd house, which is Taurus, which I mentioned earlier, of your assets, your money, what you own, your possessive energy. And Venus also rules the sign of Libra, which rules the 7th house of marriage. So your themes of marriage and who you'll marry is very grounded in your material, physical stability. So I don't know if it's health. I don't know if it's like, I do see money, like, right? This is money. I see heavy themes of money and love, whether it's self-love and love of other people. So those are going to be key themes. And here we are. Very, very Venus in energy. I didn't even know this was there. It was face down. So house 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. So here's the thing. The person that you marry, it's going to be a balanced connection. And it's going to be very important in the early stages that is established. And that is how it's really going to come to be, is stepping into that energy of being grounded. That's why we have you kind of finding your stability in your own independent, right? Yeah, definitely. So this is you kind of stabilizing your projects, stabilizing your energy, finding your routine, your sense of self, and the things that you need to handle, all of your little responsibilities here. And this is also you opening up after realizing that you can't do it alone with that 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is independent energy. 9s are always independent energy. But 3 is very collaborative. So it's like realizing that you're at a stage, or that you'll be at a stage where you can't go it alone anymore, where you need other people, whether that's, you know, collaborations, networking, friendships, or a spouse specifically. Because even if you don't lead with the energy of a spouse, the spouse will naturally come in, because you'll be in a more receptive energy to other people to balance your energy and to be supportive, if that makes sense. Like, you'll be relationship minded, right? Collective and community minded, versus taking on the world alone. And then with this broadened perspective, you won't even realize that you'll be opening space for literal marriage, because you have the marriage card here of the house 7, okay? But it's definitely themes of issues with security, your assets, your money, other people's money, your relationship dynamic with money and your money and other people's money. So learning those themes and dealing with those themes will be key. Like those will be key themes in your life, specifically at the point in which your person comes in, okay? So you do have opposition, right? What did I say? Imbalance. I don't know what's happening. I think it might be the lighting. It is a cloudy day. It says imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle, right? So at that point, you'll stop resisting. I think I can place that here. Yeah, I'll place it here. You can still see. So opposition talks about resistance. It talks about going against things, right? Resisting change, resisting transformation. When we are in situations that we try to control, right? When you're trying to control a situation instead of letting it flow like it should, that's when you step into this energy of opposition. So whether you've been in that energy or you're currently energy, or you will be in that energy at that point of trying to control things, and you'll notice that things won't necessarily go the way you want. You'll be overextending, you'll be overexerting your energy. And when you realize that's not the way, and you release, right? And you realize that that is an imbalance, that's something that you need to heal so that you can have healthy relationships of all kinds. That is when you'll invite your future spouse into your world, okay? And I say it from a present, I say it from a future perspective, I meant to say, but some of you are presently in that energy. Like that's a present energy, since I accidentally said the word present, okay? And there are also those of you that this is a past energy. There's a lot of cards. There's so much going on as it relates to your future spouse. So maybe like this is a lot of work that, especially those of you where this is present energy or incoming energy, because these may be themes that with the 7 of Swords, if you haven't stepped into that energy of clearing that opposition yet, like that resistance that you have to the healing and dealing with this energy, or focusing where you need to, because I also see issues with prioritizing your energy. Those of you where you haven't stepped into that energy yet, this is why the energy is so heavy for this pile. And I'm not gonna lie, the card innocence, like strong innocence, can be a little bit of a naive energy, especially since the cake you picked, I think, is the most traditional one I made in the thumbnails. I think it's like the cleanest, most expected wedding cake you would see. And so that makes sense that you selected it, and that you had this very fixed, very strong hold on your ideas of your assets, your money, your partner's money, like your relationships with other people. Like this pile comes across as a person that would try to control every single step of a building of a connection, every single step of and every single detail of a wedding. Like this is a person that would micromanage a wedding planner, or would not even have one, because down to every single shade, every single intricate detail, very, very involved, and then burning themselves out at the, like being so burned out that when the wedding happens, you can't even enjoy it because you were so busy trying to control everything and making sure every single thing is perfect. That's the energy I'm getting from this pile. So just be mindful of that energy, and don't burn yourself out, not as it relates to any relationship or wedding, but especially collaborations involving things that you're working on, whether it's creative endeavors, career, academic, community work, things that you're doing, okay? Just watch your energy, because honestly, I could see your person being present with that 7 of Swords. I could see this person being around for a while before you even realize that this is someone you're going to either be interested in romantically, someone that you even see a potential for marrying, just because you're so distracted with so much going on and hyper picky and hyper fixated on all kinds of other stuff, okay? But yeah, it says you're very close to achieving your goal. So some of you, this is hot, like white hot. Like this is someone present, like because I'm talking about the present energy. I'm talking about those of you where this is future energy, where the maxim, I can't even get my words out. So you may struggle with communication, or your person may. So those of you where this is future energy, right? It's still present because it's a buildup. It's like you see the steps in this fire, right? The wands. It's like a buildup. You can kind of, if you really pay attention, if you're really honest with yourself, you can see the burnout approaching. Okay. Those of you where it's present, you're living in it right now. And those of you where it's in the past, you're like, yep, that's exactly where I was when I met this person, right? So you know, right? But you're very close to achieving your goal, hot, white hot. So some of you, at least half of you, this may be someone already around you, okay? Whether you're knowing one another, connecting on that level or not, okay? So yeah, take time to breathe out. I didn't realize this card was there, but here we are. We talk about, you know, protecting your energy and making sure that you don't overextend and overexert yourself, because you do need to take that space. And a lot of you will realize a certain connection or find yourself stumbling upon a certain connection when you take that space, because it's here and it's here, okay? Moving beyond it. And then you have a new start is coming, new moon. Okay? So exactly, that's exactly what I was saying. It's like that refreshed energy will clear your mental space enough for you to realize or invite that energy in. And at the bottom, you do have bring love into the situation. That's love of yourself, love of your community, love of other people in general, and being open and receptive and accepting instead of trying to control, right? That imbalance of tension, that power struggles, instead of trying to control other people and situations, just accepting everything as it is and as it's coming. And that is the time. So let me see if I can use these other decks to really dive in. Because this is okay. So I will say, before I do that, these heavy 8th and 2nd house themes of money and assets and finances, those are heavy themes. Okay, so those may be things that you and your person connect on. This might be career paths that you and or your person deal with. Like you may work related to money. Like money may be things related to your career or your academics, or you may be on a journey to learn how to better manage money. And that may be how in the instance where you meet your person. And I'm also seeing highly collaborative environment. So it could literally be work, because we have money and we have collaborative environments in a material perspective, right? Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and then we have this Aquarius energy that is 11th house of networking and collective goals. Okay, so those are the settings in which you're gonna meet your next, your future spouse, who you're gonna marry. But I say next, it's given that the next person will be that person. So I wouldn't be too worried about who and when. The advice for you so far, Power One, is kind of get your energy together, okay? Because this isn't reading, at least not from a present perspective, like a person that's really fully ready yet, okay? And that is okay. It doesn't mean that you can't meet the person soon. It doesn't mean that you can't begin courtship or dating or anything soon. It just means that marriage is not like a tomorrow thing for you. You're like on the verge of a burnout. I was gonna say breakdown. Some of you maybe, if you continue on this trajectory, if you're not already. So just be mindful of your mental and physical health as it relates to the things you've got going on. Okay. Give me a second. All right, I am back, Power One. So the most interesting thing happened. So I did grab some water while I was here, because the throat thing that started off was it was getting to me. But my left foot went to sleep. Like it's still waking up, so it's extremely uncomfortable. So just watch it. Like I don't know, I mentioned like health and everything. So just make sure your mind and your energy, like don't be moving so quickly that you hurt yourself, or sit so long that like your limbs start, because I haven't been sitting very long. I've only been sitting since I started your pile. So, and then I do have body at the bottom after I was trying to get a good shuffle. So just watch it, okay? Just watch it. Or the left foot may be something that is completely relevant to your person, to like your situation, like the way you connect, the way you get engaged, something at the wedding, just something about that left foot, okay? So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying it to be scary. It didn't seem scary. It was just like, wow, that was a little uncomfortable. So let me see more about Pile One's future spouse. Ice Queen. assertive, composed, and strength. And there's the strength card one more time. So something about strength, very strong, very stable energy. So your person may be a bit detached and icy, and it may come across as kind of mean. The Seven of Swords in this deck, it kind of feels like someone that constantly puts their foot in their mouth. Maybe that was why the attention was being called to my left foot, something about the left side. And so this person may not be very eloquent with their communication. They may not be very good with their words. And so it may take you a while to realize this person is even like interested in you romantically, if this isn't someone you're currently dating, or if this isn't someone that you know. Like, it may be a lot, because like it feels like they're not very experienced communicating. They're very strong and very smart. I can see some intellect here, especially with Aquarius, but it just feels like someone that is not the best with their words, okay? So just watch that. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was getting ready for your pile, I forgot to mention that I was hearing like the Temptations version of Silent Night. So you may get married or engaged in the winter time, right? With Ice Queen, it's very cold, and I forgot to mention that. I didn't want to mention that, but definitely that's the kind of season I'm getting. Even like, you know, with the Scorpio energy, it is stepping over into, it is when it's colder. So I'm getting that. And then Aquarius is also when it's cold. So yeah, I could see a winter wedding or proposal for you for sure. Okay, so let me get another one. Exactly, that's crazy as I said that. So look at the cool energy. So that is a confirmation. I'll take the bottom in a second, but let me grab these two. You've got mountains. Actually, you've got 3 M's. So M may be someone's initial. It could be, you know, a relevant letter. Like, I don't know, maybe it just may get engaged or married in the mountains specifically, but just, I'm like, I see M, and like I was thinking about M&M, so someone probably likes those as well. But yeah, it says elevation, peak, climbing, transcendence. And there's a lot going on here. Look at the coloring. I don't even want to cover that up. Let's look at how this coloring is like a same scene, okay? Ice Queen, mountains. So definitely someone will be in the mountains for sure, okay? Like, that is a huge thing, okay? And you've got money maker. So we mentioned the themes. Yeah, she's covered, it's fine. And then it says hustler, unique job, and then there is sex worker for those of you where it's a thing. But we're not developing that because YouTube don't play that. So, but you know what? Let's just to be safe, let's just do that to be safe. Because it did come out together, so it kind of does clarify. So like, again, money maker, it feels like working. It feels like something about making money, collaborating. Those are the themes in which you'll meet your person, get engaged, get married, okay? But I love, let me just pull it up so you can see side by side, because I like it when the cards come out in this way and you can see that it's like one scene. You see what I mean? Like it looks like it could be in the same painting. And so I love the confirmation for the Winter Wonderland theme. But the mountains talks about that build up I mentioned earlier of approaching a burnout, approaching an overextending energy, something that's not sustainable, right? But it also talks about a peak. So it'll be a peak of a connection, right? So like, this isn't going to be this is going to be a fast marriage. Like, it's not going to be a fast engagement. It'll take a little bit of time getting to know the person before that next step. So especially if you were anxious, if it was going to be something that boom, it happens. No, it's going to be a buildup, right? Taking the time to get to know each other. But definitely in the fall, winter specifically time, I'm seeing the engagement, wedding, both. Okay. So let's see what's at the bottom. Sadness. So that is cold energy as well, but we do have hurt, betrayal, emotional, sensitive, honoring your feelings. And that also talks about a period in which you may get engaged or meet your person, because this energy, this overextending, not really very organized in your time and where to place it. Like, there's a lot going on. And like I said, it's trying to do too many things and then realizing you need support and then getting the support and growing and evolving as a person as a result, right? Bringing love into the situation, understanding you need other people to support you. Sometimes you can't carry the world on your shoulders, right? It's not always a mountain to climb alone, right? Especially with Ice Queen, it's very detached energy, like staying to yourself and not really like kind of being too in your pride to admit when you need support. So just watch that, okay? Let's pull from these love-based oracle decks. We'll get ready to close this out. But I think it's funny because like I feel like spirit for you is kind of lecturing you and giving you messages about, okay, this is what you need, this is what you need to do, these are the things that you need to be concerned about personally. But like it kind of slipped in like, okay, yeah, but this is kind of the person, this is the settings in which you'll meet them, and this is where it's going to happen. So you did get like I do feel like it's going to happen faster than you expect. But I didn't expect this clarity and season and possible locations for sure. I definitely didn't see that. Let's see. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So those of you, if you were asking if it's an ex, this is your confirmation that no, it is not. Okay, it's not an ex. This is a person that you don't have that kind of history with. Okay, I want 3 from this deck. Healing family issues. Maybe that's that energy, codependency, overextending. Maybe these little people or your children, your family members. You know what I mean? Like the baggage that you carry from, you know, each generation to the next. We all have stuff. So maybe your stuff is just affecting your romantic connections, right? Because I do see, I'm not going to lie, I do see someone with some type of success, at least materially based or professionally or academically, but just maybe lacking in areas of connecting with other people. That's what I see for you. And like when you start learning the balance of connecting with other people on all relationships, in all relationships, not just your family, especially if you've been detached from family and whatnot because of the issues, that is when it'll start smoothing out for that partner to step in or to be recognized and evolve. Okay, so yeah, it says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So these are the things you need to work on. Okay, and new love also says being open and receptive to new love as well. Okay, not just that it's a new person, but that you're in a new sense of who you are and loving yourself and whatnot, especially with Venus. Venus talks about being very beautiful and whatnot, because we do have because while we have that Scorpio Taurus axis, we do have heavy Libra energy of balance, right? Balancing the scales and partnerships, mutually beneficial partnerships, because those are contracts, right? So yeah, definitely here for that. Okay, so let me get one more and I'll take the bottom, and then I got 2 more decks and we'll close it out. Thank you. Ooh, very soon. So we've got, you're very close to achieving your goal. Take time to breathe out. A new start is coming. So Spirit is saying, once you heal, take your break, take your space, and then bring the love into yourself and be open and receptive for other people, because it's happening again very soon, much sooner than you expect it to. Okay, so this is my speedy pile. It says, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And this is not just that new love that Spirit wants you to be open and receptive to. This is Spirit saying, 1, relationships with your family, relationships with your people in your network, your friends. Work on all of your relationships, not just your romantic one, right? Because there is a romantic one coming in very soon if it's not in already. And even if it is, nurture it, but allow this energy of you being more receptive to pour into all of your connections, right? Your family, your friends, your co-workers, all of the things. Like, be open and receptive to people in general, right? Not just your partner, but definitely be open and receptive to this partner, okay? Especially if it's someone that hasn't stepped into, be mindful, okay? And just open. Because if you're not open, you'll never engage, right? So just making sure that you're aware. And let me get 3 from this deck. Okay. Oh, that was quick. It was very quick. I'll take it and then we'll pull. And it came out in this angle, which is actually a very sweet angle. So, but it says safe place. There's nothing like being able to let your guard down and know that you are protected by your partner's love. Now, that is important because you do seem very guarded. Like you have trauma, like there's things that you need to heal from, that you're not very trusting of people. So just know that the person you'll marry, one of the things that'll make you sure that this is your person is how safe and comfortable you are just being yourself in your natural state with this person. Like you won't be concerned about what you say or how you act or how you look when you're with this person. You'll be just extremely comfortable, okay? And it looks like that'll be a goal of your future spouse, okay? Making you comfortable. Warm embrace. This is a cuddler. So this person likes to touchy feel, okay? Especially if you're like this ice queen energy of being detached and not really wanting to be touched, especially if it's related to trauma. I know people that grew up not really getting or giving hugs a lot. So the touchy feeling may be a little uncomfortable, but it's saying just be a little open and just see, right? Especially since sadness feels like a lot of trauma, like it does say hurt and betrayal, right? Just be a little more sensitive and honor your feelings like that card also talks about. Lots of blues. I'm not gonna lie, those of you that are gonna have like a true wedding, I can definitely see like a winter wonderland theme with all of this blue, right? I can see that. But yeah, it says warm embrace. Let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame with you. So you're going to like it when this person's all cuddly. So if you're not a type of person that likes hugs or doesn't like to be touched, that mountain, that barrier to you will melt with this person. Okay, warm embrace. So warmth. This person will feel like a very warm, safe space to you, but they definitely like to cuddle, like to cling. Okay. Definitely so. So let's take our last one and we'll take the bottom and then I'll pull from that Soulmate's Twin Flame Oracle deck. Okay. And get more details. Okay. That is incoming energy. So I'll see what that is. And it's right under give your relationship a chance and bring love into the situation. So I love the anticipation on camera. I love to shuffle on camera for this reason because I'm like the suspense. Like what is this card? And it says, look at that. See, give your relationship a chance. Bring love into the situation, and it landed like this: incoming energy, divine union. And you have very soon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Take a break, ground your energy. A new start is coming, and divine union. Look at that. So I do see this pile being my pile. Even the Ice Queen, she looks like she's in a gown that could be a wedding gown, honestly. So I could see a very if that's what you're into, those of you that want an actual wedding, it's gonna be very grand, right? Like Winter Wonderland themed, with the veil, all of the stuff, okay? That's the kind of wedding I'm seeing for my pile ones. And that makes sense with the traditional cake, but divine union. Congratulations. It's time to celebrate. Both you and your partner have healed and learned the important lessons to allow this union to manifest. I love that this came out, especially in the first pile of the wedding reading. That's so cute. But I knew it was a pivotal card, and that's why we shuffle on camera. So explore, take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's thoughts. This is a person that you're going to really grow and learn with because this is someone you're going to travel with a lot. This is someone that you may move with, like you may move to new places together or a new place together because like it just feels like a traveling. Even that Six of Swords, that is a traveling card. So moving, exploring, growing internally, right, within one another's safe spaces, but also outside, right? Explore, and the Six of Swords actually talks about possibly a destination wedding or a wedding away from where you live and where your families are from, like having a unique kind of I mean, there's a lot of money here on the table, so it could be expensive, I'm not gonna lie, if that's what you want, but possibly a destination wedding. It's somewhere where it's cold, okay? Don't know what your plans are, your goals, but let me know if this is resonating for you in the comments below. So let's pull from this last deck and we'll close it out. I love how detailed it was for you. I did. So that was nice. And I like that you got information on things that in your life that are, one, pushing you in that direction of what you're looking for, but also things that you might want to watch out for within yourself. Okay, so let's see. I want 3, and we'll take the bottom. Tell me more about pile 1's future spouse. Who will they marry and whatnot? That's interesting. Let's see why it's in reverse. On innocence, in love. Okay, so this may be someone you resist at first with in love in reverse, right? This may be someone you don't, and I mentioned it earlier, you may not recognize this person. You may not see them at first with all of the stuff you've got going on. Yeah, secret admirer for sure. So this is someone that's secretly admiring you that you may not know their feelings right away within love in reverse. So your person's gonna like you a lot, but from afar before it happens. Okay, let me get one more and we'll take the bottom. Yeah, swans, true love. So ignoring the in love, or not acknowledging the love, or downplaying the love at first, and then you two kind of getting on the same page. And I think it's actually really cute that true love came out in the placement of divine union. So I love that, especially for those of you that are like, oh, twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart energy. Here you go. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom. Single. So I love that. Those of you, if you've had issues with third-party situations and whatnot, right? Or casual dating with Aquarius and the 3 of Pentacles, your person's gonna be very available. You will be very available. Anything hindering the connection is lack of experience, lack of communication, all of the stuff, your inner work, because your person will be single at the point in which they come in, as will you. So it won't be all of the stuff, right? The baggage in the connection is healing, right? Possibly family members and whatnot. So I don't know why, but you needed this confirmation that your person will be single, as will you. Okay? So I like this energy for you, Pile 1. So that is all I have for you today. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, Pile 2. I'm very interested to see what your reading's going to look like, since it's not an actual wedding cake. It's just when I was going through the clips that I was going to use for my Pile selections, I was like, that's really cute. So let me just sneak it in, even though it's not an actual wedding cake. It is a sand castle. And so, yeah, I'm just going to hop right into it. So let's see who you're going to marry, or your future spouse. And we'll get whatever details surrounding the connection and whatnot we get. Okay, I'm going to use this to get like a keyword to describe your person that you're going to marry. And then we'll hop into that tarot deck and power through those oracle decks for clarification. Let's see. Pile 2. Tell me about your future spouse. Give me a card to describe this person. Okay, we'll take it. Elegance. Something about your person's very elegant. I guess classy. Like I said, there's a certain grace, very grand energy, something about your person, but not necessarily loud, right? It doesn't have to be loud, because elegance is tasteful, but just something about your person, very elegant. Let's see what's at the bottom. It's an interesting energy to come out. Grace, very graceful. I think I may have said that word. So that could be this could be very specific to your engagement and or wedding, but it's feeling like you have a person, your person's going to be very elegant, very graceful. Okay, which is interesting. So let's get right into the tarot. Make sure I'm holding it up right. Okay. Tell me about pile 2. I got 2 cards very quickly, so that is something. Okay, some of you are waiting or have been waiting. Okay, and this is also saying that for a lot of you, Your person, when you meet them, when you're dating and everything, they're going to wait for the right moment to do it, right? With the elegance, graceful, they're going to wait for the right moment to ask. Or, you know, you're going to wait for the right moment to ask. Like, it doesn't have to be the person. Whoever asks is going to wait for the right moment, the perfect moment, right? Right when the moon is hitting the flower at that perfect angle, that's when it's going to happen, okay? And that also talks about someone that's particular about the details of the actual wedding as well. But the engagement, for sure, I can see, since this is the first card, waiting for the right moment, like making it a very lots of details, lots of energy surrounding how it's going to happen, right? And it makes sense because of the cake, not real cake, that you selected, okay? Or maybe that's what you like. Eight of Wands, fast. So you got slow, you got patient, and then you got quick. So like, it's like right when that light hits perfectly, boom, it happens, right? Eight of Wands, quickly happen, just chopping it off like it's happening. And then there's a message, right? So it could be like an invitation to something, like but very quick, like it'll happen quickly when the moment is perfect. That's interesting. But I will say the coupling is very passionate, very, very passionate, with all of this wand energy coming in very quickly. Like day to day, it's just such a passionate connection between the two of you. Tell me more for pile two. It's two cards. Well, okay, so it took an interesting turn. So let's see what this is. The Five of Swords. Okay. I see what's happening. And then the Nine of Swords. This is a person that is going to be so nervous to mess it up. They're like, oh my gosh, it has to have for pile two, it has to be the exact perfect moment, the exact perfect thing, the exact perfect ring, the exact perfect everything, and just really freaking out and making sure that they get it right with elegance and grace. So some of you, your person, this may be your energy, how your person is gonna see you, and like they're really nervous about messing it up and you saying no or backing out, because they're trying to kind of step into this elegance and graceful energy, and like their energy is a bit chaotic and in their head, because we have wands and swords here. That's energy that is very passionate, very fast moving, but not very grounded, right? Not very stable. So just someone that's kind of all over the place and just really nervous about it. Page of Wands, right? So pages are messengers. We do have messaging energy. So like, just really, this is a person that will ask a lot of people, like their friends, your friends, family members, like, okay, how should I go about it? Like, they're the type to orchestrate something and try to involve a bunch of people because they don't really know or aren't comfortable doing it. But lots of plans, lots of talking, lots of communication. Definitely gonna film it and just hope for the best, right? The pages are a little inexperienced. They're kind of young, youthful, playful, and with all of this passion, all of this creativity, I could see your engagement happening in a very creative way, right? Because your person definitely is going to be the type to overthink things. And with that combined with passion, even though poor thing is like super anxious and nervous, it's still like, I could see the proposal being very unconventional, right? But in a very, very good way, like those legendary proposals. And it makes sense with that sandcastle. Maybe it'll be like the sandcastle wedding cake is the, you know what I mean? Things like that I could see very creative, well thought out ways, because this person's very afraid of messing it up, that it would just be perfect. So let's pull from these astrology based oracle decks so we can get more energy surrounding that, okay? Let me see what's going on and why this person is super. I mean, I could see if they see you, if the elegant energy isn't them, because I see two energies. I see where your person's very graceful and elegant, and because of that, they're super creative and they come up with the most romantic scenario on how they're gonna do it, and just working through which ones they're gonna actually execute. And then there's the ones that are like a little nervous, and while they could be still elegant and graceful, they don't see themselves in that way. So they're super nervous and lacking in confidence and just freaking out. And it comes out and it comes together because they put so much energy into it, because they were so afraid that they were going to bomb it, right? Like, that's what I see. And some of you, this is past energy. This has already happened. Okay. Yeah, Capricorn, working very, very hard. This is someone that's going to work very, very hard, generally, right? But also as it relates to like a proposal and a wedding, okay? Because you do have ambition, realism, methodical steps. So this is Saturn-based energy, 10th house energies, very public energy. This is someone that's going to do it probably publicly, right? And even the wedding, it's kind of like a wedding where people come, lots of people see, have visibility to it, even if it's not a lot of people invited, lots of pictures and video clips that they share with a lot of people, because it's a thing that they're sharing with a lot of people. I'm just seeing a lot of people, a lot of energies here, okay, as it relates to a proposal as well as a wedding, okay? Not saying it's a huge, I mean, some of you, it is a huge to do, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a lot of energies in it, if that makes sense. A lot of people. Okay. At the bottom, you have house 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. That is Pisces energy. Now, this is the house of hidden things. So I can see all of this anxiety because it being a surprise proposal, right? Like it's something you didn't see coming. This person's really taking every step, right? The methodical steps to make sure that it's everything that would be good for you, so that you don't say no and embarrass them in front of people or just break their heart. Now, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. That is the planet of dreams, of illusions, of fantasies. So I could see this being a very fantasy-based proposal and or wedding, like very flowy, very dreamlike, like fairy tale fantasy, like, novel-esque type of experience, because that is based on this energy, what your person's going for, okay? That's what I see. So let me pull more. I think it's interesting how I got all of the nerves from this person. And that's why they're waiting. And then they're like, okay, no, not yet. Go, go, go. Oh, no, go. Like I can see like, hide, they're coming. Like that's the energy. Like it's chaotic, but passionate, deeply passionate. Okay. Like trying to keep it a secret, but still trying to plan it. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's very hard on this person. It's gonna be very hard on this person. So when this happens, you be grateful, pal, too, because this poor person, like they are a wreck in this energy. Like at that point when it happens. Okay. So let's see. Tell me more about pal two's future spouse. I don't know why the engagement. Maybe it's like a very grand engagement, possibly wedding, but like that, I'm getting huge engagement energy from this. So we'll see if I can get more, but that's the most important thing. I may have to change the title of this reading, but we'll see. What is this? Capricorn. So Capricorn, heavy, very hard. Like Saturn is like, okay, so you know what? This is a lot of energy. This is a person that takes marriage very, very seriously. With this 3 of Wands, it's like, Pile 2 is my forever person. I don't want anybody else. This is my person. This is a person that makes sure that they're financially stable in their career, making sure this person's very big on their reputation and social status. You've got Capricorn back to back. Okay, so if this person isn't Capricorn or doesn't have Capricorn placements, they work very hard just in general, but they also are like very structure based and like they don't mind putting the work in. They don't mind planning. They don't mind doing it the hard way if they're passionate. Like they'd rather do the passionate creative thing, even if it's going to be harder, because that's the goal, right? And again, financially stable, very grounded in their energy naturally, normally day to day, because Capricorn is 10th house of social status. Like I said, okay, it's 10th house of social status. It is your career. It is your public perception. So this is a person that normally would be probably very graceful and elegant when they're in their element, right? When they're working, when they're interacting with people professionally, socially, networking. Like this person does well in those settings, but when it comes to all of this passion and this connection with you, this house 12 energy of Pisces and dream and fantasy and spirituality, it's like a new territory, and they will be freaking out. Okay. But in this right here twice, right, it feels like they'll pull it off, but it's going to be extremely stressful and hard on them. So yeah, you be grateful about too, but The end of a tough cycle approaches, talks about this person just being ready for it to be over with, like doing what they have to do, we're talking about the engagement, the wedding, or both. They're like, let me just get it over with, because like they're ready for like the real day to day, because there's no major arcana from the tarot deck, right? So this person's just ready to get it over with, you know what I mean, so that they can just kind of move on day to day beyond this, so that they're in the connection already. That's funny. You have full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Some of you may have wanted to pick pile 1, because I think this came out in at the bottom as well. But it says, it talks about 11th house energy, so 10th and 11th. I talked about career, social status, networking. This is where this person's comfortable. This person's comfortable like working and networking in those settings, but being creative, even though they are, it exposes them in a way, right? The hidden aspects of themselves in the 12th house, like exposing how they feel, their private thoughts, their deeply intimate side, like that makes them very anxious, which show the world the real you. Other people seeing them like exposed and in love, like getting married, like that makes them so nervous, okay? Because this is what they're used to, right? Like they'll do whatever they'll get in front of people for work, you know what I mean, to network, for a goal. But as far as exposing their heart, right, show the world the real you in this house 12 energy, they're like, oh no, that's too exposed, you know what I mean? So very interesting energy. So that's so far the personality of this person. We do have Capricorn and Aquarius energy, which I find ironically interesting, because I do feel like I'm deeply describing those placements, even if you don't have them, even if your person doesn't have them, okay? So let's talk about it some more. Tell me more about pile 2's future spouse. Very career oriented, I'll say that much. Definitely. That is it. And elegance kind of seems a little stiff, like a person that's a bit stiff, okay? So just be mindful of that. Tell me more. Yeah, this is a person, as far as the wedding, as far as the engagement, that's going to really want it to be memorable, right? Because they do everything all out. It's like, I'm going to do it all out or not at all. And so it says memories, past lives, karmic, soulmates, reminiscing. So this is also with this 3 of Wands here. This is someone that will watch you for a while before engaging you romantically, if this has not happened already, okay? And this is a person that will watch you from afar, find you very attractive in this queen, empress kind of energy, regardless of gender. Like this is a person that just sees like a certain grace and elegance within you from afar before even engaging you, okay? And that's kind of what will lure them in, if this isn't past or present energy. Exactly. Again, not gender specific, but you have strength, achievements. Where are we? Come on. Success, leadership, powerful woman. So someone that's really thriving and successful, especially since we have this heavy Capricorn energy, it feels like this is a person that will be attracted to you because of those qualities, like you mirroring the qualities that they have, right? The things that they deeply admire, like hard work and success. And so they'll see those qualities in you, and that'll be how the engagement happens. And I know I've been reading this from a perspective of you being proposed to or asked, but it definitely can go either way. I'm just describing the overall setting. You can be on either side, okay? I don't know why I felt the need to call that out, but I did. So someone deeply successful and seeing that in you as well. But very public energy as it relates to a wedding and proposal. So let me see. I want one more, and I'll take the bottom. Yeah, someone that works very hard. The gold digger energy. Some of you, this is kind of a lightweight version of how your person will see you. It does say transactional relationships, superficial love, and materialistic. That doesn't mean that your person sees you as super materialistic. There's just a certain elegance, grace. Like, you like nice things, okay? So your person's gonna be very aware of you liking nice things. So as it relates to a proposal, a wedding, rings and such, they know you're gonna want something nice. And honestly, they feel with this energy that that is something that you should have. And so that's the pressure of making sure they get it right, okay? But I'm seeing, like I said, very successful person, because even in the anxiety, like, they're doing it, they're pulling it off. So they must, with this Capricorn energy, have the means. I'm like hearing stuff shifting. So like, it's like sneaky energy. It's so crazy. So let me fix this. Would you accept? Look at that. Apology, romantic gestures, offers, higher commitment. Literally, to would you accept. So do you remember Powerful Woman, Gold Digger? Would you accept? Like, this is a person whose anxiety will be going through the roof. Like, oh my gosh, I hope they say yes. I hope they say yes. So this is big. This is about the proposal. Okay. Now the wedding, I feel, is an extension of that, but this is a proposal. When we talk about who you're going to marry, the proposal is the biggest deal. And honestly, with the cake you selected, maybe the wedding might not even be something that happens. It could very well be a house 12, a very deeply private wedding. I could see, like, the proposal is public, but the wedding, like, sneak off and get hitched, or secretly get engaged and then have, like, I could see it being a one or the other, right? Like a big wedding after secretly getting engaged, or getting engaged in this big to do and then secretly getting married. Even if a wedding follows for other people to see, I could still see this being a couple that was already married before the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of had like a little secret ceremony with themselves. Like, this is what I can see, because I do feel your person is deeply private as it relates to like their intimate feelings and, their personal relationships like that. Like, they don't mind sharing their work and the things they're doing, like their achievements publicly. But when it comes to like their personal business, they're not very concerned about letting people in. They actually would prefer not, honestly. But at the same time, they know they want people to know, especially with Gold Digger. This talks about seeing you as kind of a prize. They don't like the idea of having to expose themselves like that, but they also want everybody to know you're off the market, okay? But definitely ready to get it over with. So let's hop into these love-based oracle decks. This is a person that almost feels like they're not worthy of you, and like, oh my gosh, I can't, like, I wonder if Pao 2 wants to be with me forever. That's the energy. Like, let's see. Tell me more about Pao 2's trust. Yeah, definitely. So this person has trust issues, but it feels like, for whatever reason, maybe you have 12th house synastry, something about you get this person, right? And this will be someone you can deeply trust as well. It says the situation is calling for you to have faith. So faith is a heavy theme here. Trust is a heavy theme in this connection, and I love that for you, okay? I could see the proposal or wedding being something deeply personal to the two of you's connection, because with do you remember here, it feels like something that is a memory, right? Like something that bonds you two together, okay? I want 3 from this deck. So let's see. Tell me more about Pile 2 future spouse. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. This is someone that will, your future spouse will be heavily in pursuit of you. So this engagement is not just like, oh, a one-off. Like, this person's putting all of this energy into it. They're super nervous. They're concerned. Will Pile 2 accept? Like, is Pile 2 gonna be okay? Is Pile 2 gonna like the stuff? Like, this is this whole person's approach to pursuing you. Like, this is a person that really, really wants your trust. Really, really is determined to prove themselves to you. So when this person comes in, it will be like this engagement is relevant because you will be able to tell that this is that kind of person based on the way they pursue you. Like they won't come in super hot immediately. They'll wait. They'll watch, right? They'll watch and observe, and then they'll come in super hot once they're comfortable, because when they don't want to sabotage and they don't want to miss out. So they'll be super anxious about missing out with you, and that's when they'll start courting, or however you date, you get to know each other, friendship, whatever the thing is. And then once the time is right, when the proposal happens, this energy will kind of maximize, if that makes sense. And it'll stem over into a wedding as well. But this is a person that will apply a lot of effort. Past life relationship, this could be someone you know already. This could be someone from your past. It doesn't have to be an ex, but with do you remember in past life here, this could be, even with the children, this could be someone that you knew when you were young, right? And if not, this will be someone that brings out your inner child. Okay, let's get one more. Like you two have silly fun together. Okay, because you're comfortable being yourselves, trusting one another, and showing who you actually are. Okay, and look what came out. I shuffled. I promise you I shuffled. But here we are. It says you have known each other before. It'll be someone that feels deeply familiar. And that's that trust. That's that 12th house synastry, because it's like there's no one that connects with you or them in that way, because just a certain level of comfort coming through. What is at the bottom? Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. It's that soulmate wanted to come out. So yes, this is your soulmate if you needed that confirmation. But definitely chemistry. Lots and lots of chemistry, but I see all of that passion with all of this fiery energy coming through. Okay, yeah, because you've got you got three. Yeah, 3 of 5 cards are swords. This was throwing me off, but these are definitely wands. So sorry, let me move over. Let me get more and we'll close it out. Tell me more about pile 2's person. Who will pile 2 marry? I think I got scenario. I got this person's anxiety primarily, honestly. But again, very successful person that's very good as it relates to work and intellect and academics, but not as in tune with their feelings, right? Like you're. It looks like you're going to be the one that really brings out the feelings for this person. Okay. And that hit the floor. And it came in this angle, which lets me know that it is maturing energy. So it says best part. It's a coupling that gets better with age, a coupling that gets stronger with time, right? Very good at the dating stage, even better at the engagement stage, even better at the marriage stage, right? But it says if life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. You're going to bring out this person's loving side. This person's very in their head, and their energy is very mentally and physically based, right? Like they're not really a deeply naturally passionate person. They have creative energy, right? They're not deeply passionate naturally. They're not deeply loving naturally, okay? But all of this passion is anxiety surrounding their mind on the table. So when they're passionate, it makes them anxious mentally, okay? Because this isn't a person that's very in tune with their emotions. So just be mindful of that, pal, too. But best part does say movie, right? It says if life were a movie. So know that whatever engagement, wedding, this person's like going for like the movie, okay? As it relates to the execution, because they don't know any other way. If anything, this person's probably like asking for advice from people that they do consider to be a little more romantic, because with elegance and grace, they're very reserved. So they're like asking all of their deeply passionate romantic friends on how to execute this chaotic proposal or wedding, and like they're working very hard at it at the point in which it happens, okay? Lots of effort though. I could see this person saying, and I've got my last 2 and I'll take the bottom in a second. This person saying that pile 2 is the best part of my world. That's so sweet. Like this is that kind of person. So I'll take this one and I'll look at and see what that is. You have harvest. You planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And you know what? Harvest is like fall, and this is some harvest themes outside. So maybe it is themes surrounding the fall season. So definitely those of you that came from Pile one, that may, not saying you need to go see pile one if you weren't interested in it. I can see some people stemming over, okay? But definitely a harvest. It's like waiting for it to be over. Like this person just wants all of the stuff, the theatrics to be over, okay? And you have vivid dreams. Look at that Pisces, 12th house energy stepping out. But again, like a dream, a fantasy, it says pay attention to your dreams. As the connection deepens, your dreams become more pronounced and full of answers. Honestly, this person will likely engage you on like being engaged or married after having a dream that pushes them in that direction. They'll also likely be inspired by a dream, or that is that Pisces energy of just making it very dream like, okay? At the bottom, you have freedom. When we can be our truest selves, we are then able to freely love. This person feels free with you. And honestly, this person, when after all of this happens, they'll be like, I am free. Like this person's like, thank goodness it's over with. Like the engagement happened, the wedding happened. Now we can just be together, right? Waiting for the best part. The best part is when this is over with, so that you two can enjoy one another as a couple. Like this person wants nothing to do with the theatrics. Well, I don't want to say it like that. It makes them anxious. It makes them nervous. And they'll enjoy it because you'll enjoy it. But if you were like, I don't want any of the stuff, let's just sneak off, they would be 100% okay with that. Like they would be okay with that. But something about this energy you're giving off, right? Very public energy. Like they want to make sure you have the experiences that you want, because something about you feels like you're that way. And some of you, it's the opposite. Some of you, this really reserved energy is you. And like your person is very deeply passionate and everything, and they're doing it for you, but really they're kind of doing it for themselves, right? If they do all of the theatrics and you're reserved, they're still doing it to make you happy, but they're doing it because that's their nature and they're very creative and that's how they express their love, okay? So again, various sides, because this is a general reading. It's not like a personal reading where I could just pinpoint one or the other. There's a lot of you here, okay? Let's pull from this last oracle deck. This is a person that's like, okay, after all of this stuff we did, let's just run off together and actually get married. Like I mentioned, that engagement of it being like a very showboaty one, like sneaking off for the actual wedding again with that freedom. Like, okay, yeah, we've gotten this part over, but let's dial it back, okay? So that's some interesting energy coming through for this pile. So I want 3 cards from this deck and we'll close it out, okay? That's a lot. Okay, I'm like trying to not. We'll look at that one that is leaning, because you know what? Those are actually 3 cards, and look what's at the bottom. Okay, you know what? We've got what we need. But I'm doing the thing. I did it in pile 1. If you can see over here, look at my hand over here. Okay, so at the bottom you have swept away. Like this is a person that's really wanting to sweep you off your feet, you know? And again, if you're that opposite energy, if you're the, you know, whichever side, sweeping away, okay? And it feels like swept away sounds like water, and you did pick the like sand beachy thing, so it could be around that energy. I'll put this here. No, I'll put it there. It's fine. Hot lover, so warmth. That is a confirmation for those of you where, you know, if the colder season's not resonating for you, or even if it's during the colder season, traveling with freedom to somewhere warmer. I can see that. And then the sun shifted, so that is your confirmation. If you're living somewhere where it's actually a colder season, some of you may travel somewhere that is warmer for this, okay? And then you've got twin flames and literal flames, so that is another confirmation of warmth, traveling somewhere where it is warm. And then these 2 cards here, you've got relationship and separate. So what is happening here? Oh, you know what? Don't even worry about it. It may happen after, like you two may get together, separate, and then get back together, some of you. But none of this energy says anything. Red is a powerful energy here, by the way, because all of these cards are not red. See, like that's pink, yellow. So like red, something about the color red but like a missing piece of a heart. Like this person sees you as the missing piece of their heart. They may say that, right? Something to do with a puzzle or a riddle, especially with the secrecy and the sneaky energy of like a surprise proposal or even wedding, right? Like a missing piece, like a having to, that may be the creative thing of having to go on like a scavenger hunt, like missing piece. I could see that, but definitely a very strong relationship. And again, divine connection, divine counterparts, whether or not you like the labels, this just says, this is just a testament to the energy of the connection, right? A deeply, deeply powerful, passionate love, okay? And that is kind of the person that you will marry, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get into the other piles. So hopefully it resonated for you, pile 2. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3. So let's see who, when you'll marry, the theme surrounding it, just overall your future spouse. I may adjust the title based on what you're hearing me call out because the first 2 piles they're a little different. Definitely energy surrounding when you'll marry and the situations, the themes around engagements and such, but not a heavy presence on the actual person. Very situational. So let's see what I'll get here. I'm gonna take from this deck a keyword around your person so we can see like your future spouse, their overall energy. I'll hop into the tarot deck and then I'll clarify with those oracle decks. So let's see. Tell me about pile 3's future spouse. Inspiration and innocence. That I wasn't quite ready. I didn't get a good shuffle, but the letter I may be relevant. And there we go. We'll take this one and see what's at the bottom. Dignity. And honestly, this is a very similar energy. So like your person may be very, the word I'm hearing is kind of formal, right? Like there's something about this person feels a little put together, or maybe you, because again, with this being a general reading, the overall energy can, the opposite sides can be either person, right? So I'll read it primarily as though this is your person's energy, but I don't know, there's some dignity, like something about the actual wedding, or like how this person perceives an engagement. It is feeling similar to some energy I've seen already in a couple in the other 2 piles, but like making sure you do things the right way, like being very particular, making sure you select the right partner, making sure like it's the right fit. Like this person takes relationships very seriously, and it also feels like a person that's very particular about what they're looking for in a connection, especially when it comes to marriage. So just expect this person to be very particular. And again, these may resonate, these messages may resonate as your current spouse, right? Your past spouse or incoming energy. At the bottom, protection. Yes. So like, I don't want to say that this person is guarded, but this is a person that is very, like I said, particular and also very protective over their connection and their partner. So just expect like this person to be very supportive, very serious in some senses, but like, yeah, just very particular, but also very protective over their heart, whether we're talking about their heart, like internal, their feelings, or people they consider having a tight grip on their heartstrings, right? So let's hop right into the tarot and see more about this person and the situations around you getting married. Let's talk about pile 3, all right? Just want to make sure that that was upright. Let me get another good shuffle. Because I do feel energy from previous piles coming through. So if you were called to one or both of the previous piles, definitely feel free to choose them. But I want to make sure that I lead with a primary energy for pile 3 specifically. And it was 3:44 in terms of minutes and seconds when I said that. So that may be a relevant set of numbers for you. Tell me about pile 3. So I was thinking about taking some of those, but that was a lot. Ooh, the devil. Definitely seeing energy from previous piles, but that is okay because we have our own energy here. So we've got the devil, which is Capricorn 10th house energy. If you come from the other piles and this sounds familiar, then yes. Doesn't mean your person's a Capricorn. It just means any house. That's why I incorporate the houses and planets as well. Any sign you hear, it's just it's an aspect of someone's personality, right? It doesn't have to be a Capricorn or Capricorn placements, even though some of you this is the case. It just means that this is someone that is very 10th house focused, right? Very career, social status focused, and in work ethic, right? So in someone with heavy control, with dignity and protection. I can see this controlling devil energy. Honestly, this person may actually this may be the type of individual that comes across as very stern, very firm. They may seem very mean. They may very well be mean to certain people, but this person's very, very serious, very professional, and they care very much how they're perceived to people, okay? They definitely, like in the shadow sense, this could be someone with control issues, okay? So let's see if I can get two more. We'll take the bottom. Tell me more about pile three's future spouse. Yes, this is a person that may come across, they may not be very expressive. Like I say, stern, very firm, very stiff. This is not a very expressive person. This is a person that may come across as bored at everything and very disengaged. They may not even seem like they're interested in you at first sight, right? So like and this is the Four of Cups, right? This is a disinterested rejection energy. That means that this may be somebody that you either reject or that rejects you initially or seems that way. Like I said, it could just seem very disinterested because that is just their demeanor. They do not I'm hearing the word poker face. This person does not show their emotions. They do not wear their heart on their sleeve with this protective energy. Wow, this is the most descriptive pile for the actual person I've seen. So I could see why you would carry over from previous piles. Definitely don't hesitate to check your other piles because this one, if you're a cross pile watcher, this one is describing the person more so. But yeah, just very disinterested, not that concerned. This is not a person that is afraid to say no. And I think that will be the beauty of you two and your connection, because this is not a person that's afraid to say no. So when they say yes, when they like something, when they're expressive in a loving and giving way, it's genuine, it's authentic, because they are not a people pleaser. Like, they do not care. They will hurt somebody's feelings, okay? They definitely will. With that devil energy. Some people may actually describe your person as the devil. But I don't think your person's that bad. We'll dig into more. This is just a shell, right, with the protection energy. So let's see. Let's see more about pile three's future spouse. Is this one? I may take that one. We'll see. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm seeing that people project on this person, right? Like, there's a lot of, like, this is a card of delusions, creativity, manifesting concepts. It just feels like people may project a certain personality on this person because they are honest, possibly to a fault. Like, this is not a person that knows how to lie and pretend. Even though they're not that expressive, when they are, it's very truthful because they're not that good of a liar. I think this is interesting, like this morphing. Your person may seem very calm, cool, and collected, and they morph personality-wise in situations where they have to into this devil energy. I know this sounds a little scary for some of you, but I promise it's really not that bad, especially with this, because we talk about manifestation, right? This is a card of manifestation. So it feels like you're a partner that your person's manifested, or that, this, like, that this is someone you've been manifesting, right? Like when you script, if you were writing down the qualities or taking note even mentally of the qualities you want in a partner, you're able to kind of see that in this person when they come in. And I'm really staring at this image because it kind of almost feels like a self-portrait. So you may mirror one another a lot as well. So these may be qualities that you have that this person may kind of mirror, right? And also, Seven of Cups talks about choices, options, and your person is very much so the reason why it's gonna work and why marriage is gonna happen. I don't want to say quickly, but you may know once you get to know this person that this is the one, like very soon after, because this is a very monogamous minded person. They have all of the options, they can see all of the options, but they're not very concerned about any of those options. They're very focused on what they have going on and being guarded and their own stuff. I'll take this one just because it was there. The Death card, okay? That's number 13. This is Scorpio energy. So we've got Capricorn, we've got Scorpio, Saturn, and Pluto. Very serious energy. Okay, but death talks about transformations. So I'm not gonna lie, this is someone that as you get to know them, the more you get to know them, you get to see more of their sides, and your whole perception of them begins to shift a little bit, because they have a plethora of aspects of their personality. With the Seven of Cups, there's different perspectives and different things that they enjoy and whatnot, and you can see that. And there is also a heavily sensual energy coming through that won't develop, but it's there. So that's just this person's approach to life and everybody. I don't know why is this person so serious? The energy is not what I was expecting. So let's see what's at the bottom. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone exactly with that protection energy, this control energy. Scorpio is all about transformation, that Death card and whatnot, but still it's a fixed sign. And the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. It is turtle energy, it's tortoise energy. It is not a fast moving energy at all, but it is the most stable of all of the knights. The knight that is the surest, the most confident, right? That knight can take its time because there's a solid plan in place, right? There's a certain stability to the actions and the results will come. Therefore, there's no need to rush. And that is your person coming in, regardless of age. There is a very old soul, bored with life energy coming through, but for whatever reason, even though it feels like a very mature energy, this Knight of Pentacles tells me that there's something still underlyingly so youthful. So I don't know if this is a younger person, not necessarily younger than you, but could be. But age wise, it feels like your person, even if you're the same age, maybe you two are younger, but this person just comes across as a lot older. Or even if they are older and these are qualities of just the maturity that come with age, maybe there's just a youthful underlying look to them or something. Like something is still very young, right? It could be the physical features contrasting with the actual age and mentality, or it could truly be someone younger with an older mentality, something younger, okay? Something about them looks, I'm going to say specifically with the Pentacles, that's physical energy, physically looks younger than they actually are. But the way they act, it's kind of like a grouchy old person. That is so offensive. I'm so sorry. But that is the energy kind of coming through a little bit, okay? So, let me hop right into these cards right here, these oracle cards, and see more energy. Let's see. Tell me more about pile 3's future spouse. So far, I'll look at that in a second. This feels like someone that will very privately, like this feels like a coupling that will have a very, very private engagement and possibly even the wedding. You have House 9, spiritual growth, which talks about, this is Sagittarius energy, right? It is Jupiter energy. Is very expansive and very expressive, and it almost feels like kind of running away to get married, like somewhere foreign to the both of you, because again, Sagittarius energy, it is higher knowledge, higher learning, cultures that are not yours. So getting married in a very unique place, getting engaged in a very unique place, somewhere that is not native to either of the two of you, just running off and doing it, especially with this protection and controlling energy, kind of like wanting to, like with the death, it's like cutting everybody off. Like we're not taking all of these people and just doing it. I could see that for this coupling. So let me see what's at the bottom. Neptune, dreams and transcend. So yeah, so with Neptune here, it is a Pisces energy. It is kind of it is 12th house energy straight up, but again, deeply private, doing it like a dream, right? That 7 of Cups, like all of the ideas, all of the fantasy concepts. Like you may when it comes to getting married and engaged, you may kind of talk about it a little bit together. Some of you from previous vows, it will be a surprise. Others of you, it is not a surprise. It's just unexpected in the sense of the concepts of, okay, we can do it this way, we can do it that way, and then boom, just up and doing it. That could be the case for this coupling, I can see. Let me pull more and see. Tell me more about pile 3's future spouse. Pile 3. Tell me about pile 3's future spouse. Okay. One second. And then I just think that's interesting that this came out when I said just doing it on a whim, right? A fiery climax approaches. Not gonna lie, there's a certain energy that I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube anymore that literally is coming through with that. Could be just a boom like that, very quick, and then you're married. That could be the case. And I say that because Aries energy is like something. Okay, I don't know what it is about this connection. Some of you with this connection, I don't know if there's people that are like trying to influence the connection, if there's like people that don't agree with the connection, that don't want the connection, but like a very protective, like it because Aries is like Mars, it's God of War energy. It's almost like I'm gonna do it anyway and then running off. So some of you may be in that sense. That may be what's going on. Or maybe some of you, people don't like your person and they're like, I can't believe pile 3 is with this person. And then you run off with this person anyway. I'm not saying this person is what people say. I actually, with the 7 of Cups and the death card, it actually looks like illusions, not gonna lie. So it looks like a lot of projections. So I don't see it being an actual negative person. They just have shadow aspects like other people, and they're not really afraid of expressing that. So I don't really see, like, I don't see any clear red flags here, but could be for some of you. That said, just up and going with the 9, with the 9th house here, the Sagittarius energy, this Aries energy, just up and going somewhere completely random. I'm not even gonna lie. At the bottom, you have a new start is coming. Exactly. It's like just doing it however you want to do it without concern for other people and how they feel. And honestly, that's not the overwhelming energy of the pile. That was just coming through the whole clashing with other people. Here, it just feels like the actual dominant energy is like a deeply, deeply passionate energy of your person kind of not being that emotionally expressive in the 4 of Cups, and then finding someone that really gets them going in you and being like, let's do it, right? Like, let's go, let's just do the for life thing and just rolling with it. That's what I can see. So let me see what Melanin Pop has to say. Let's see. It's like once this person knows, and the point in which they know, it's like a complete morph. That's that transformation in that Scorpio energy. It's like, okay, going from completely disinterested in life and the day-to-day activities to deeply inspired, right? And imaginative with that 7 of Cups. That's opposing energies in my perspective, because again, 4 of Cups is disengaged, not concerned, rejecting the things that are going on around you, not engaging in the fun. And then the 7 of Cups is like deeply passionate. If you see the shoes are off, it's like drinks, it's like drawing, painting. It's just really like engaging, stepping into this Neptune energy, diving deep into that 12th house thing of things about yourself you don't know, because it seems like the hidden aspects of this person is their expansive nature, their passions, the things that make them want to expand and broaden their perspectives. That's what it seems like this person can't quite see for themselves because they're so guarded, but something about you will open them up to the point where honestly it looks like you're gonna like get hitched in some strange foreign place to the both of you. That's funny. Because that's not this person's nature. People may actually think that on their side, people may think that you changed this person. Like once you two get married, like what happened? Such and such met pile 3 and they've lost their mind. I can see that. Yeah. You've got time heals all wounds, trust, synchronicities, healing, divine timing. So yeah, that like this person's gonna feel like you're right on time when it happens. Like it's just they're gonna feel like it's time. Like at the point in which this takes place, when the proposal happens for you, for them, when you get married, it's just gonna feel in the moment like the right time, and I could see it just happening. Okay. Red flags. You have caution, beware, toxic warnings, and danger. And I think that is just my confirmation of that energy I was picking up on, like of certain people and personalities kind of projecting onto the connection, as well as, right, like your person kind of having a bit of a chaotic side. Like maybe it's a red flag, but and just doing it anyway. Let me pull another card to confirm, and then we'll take the bottom. I have this upside down. With that showing itself in the reverse, it's almost like some people are going to think, for whatever reason, this connection is going to lead to like a loss of money. I don't know where that's coming from, but I do have the 8th house here of debts and inheritances. So let me see. Let me see what's going on here, because this energy is very complex for a future spouse reading. So you've got powerful man, which it says strong entrepreneur, boss, leader, mature, empowerment. Okay, no, that's what's happening. And could be a masculine energy coming through for some of you as in your future spouse, but it does not have to be. It just feels like your person is extremely in their masculine energy and their masculine expression, and they're deeply guarded and fearful of people manipulating them and stealing from them and whatnot. And I feel like you two will have worked through some stuff at the point in which you two go ahead and get hitched. That's probably why I'm getting a blur between the engagement and the marriage, because it may very well just happen on a whim like that. Because like I said, the healing wounds of the red flags of someone feeling like people are always out to get them and use them. What's at the bottom? Is it still here? It's here. I'll pull another one, but like rags to riches, it's like someone thinking that people are out to get them. So that may be your person's nature. That may be your person's nature. Lots of illusions here with the 7 of Cups and Neptune. Like hidden motives, like fearful of that. Let me see. You get one more and we'll take the bottom. And I'll get right into those love decks. I have 3 more after this. Tell me more about pile 3s. Yeah, exactly. And that's some of that. That's that controlling energy as well. So you've got secrets, silence, the burdens, quiet. It's like a key lock. Like once this person is in, they are in, which is why they are very guarded. Like they know that once they're in love and invested in a connection, that they're easy to manipulate, easy to take advantage of, will do anything someone says. So like, it's like that's why they have this guarded energy, this I am the devil, I am death, like stay away from me kind of energy. I'm so sorry. That's hilarious to me. And then my expression of it was funny, but it's like this huge devil influence of like trying to be the big bad wolf. And I don't know where that example came from, but maybe that is relevant for some of you. But that is this person. And then once they soften, right? They're like, but they do. They're very protective over themselves and also you. Okay, so for whatever reason, the protection of you seems to be relevant in this whole who will you marry. Like it's almost like some of you, I don't know what the specific instances are. The marriage itself is a means of protection. I don't know if they mean financial protection or just legal protection, but some of you are going to get married. And yeah, there's a lot of love and passion here. I can see a lot of growth here, but something about it, it just seems like a sense of protection. Some of you, this is a past thing. This happened already, okay? And you'll be able to confirm that for me in the comments. So you do have addiction at the bottom, excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. Listen, there's always a pile. Why do y'all bring this to me? Why do y'all bring this energy to me? So let me try to see what's going on. This pile took an interesting turn. I was not expecting this person. Yeah, some of you are here. Like some of you, it's probably a lot of you that have been asking, because a lot of you have been asking for this reading for a while now, and I just hadn't felt like doing it. But I feel like a lot of you are asking about a past connection and or current connection, like a current actual marriage, like your current spouse, and like just trying to see if I would hit it with this person, because some of you, this was a time will heal all wounds with a red flag. Like this happened already and you're like, I'm out, or like I'm gonna be out, because like this energy, this overbearing controlling energy was a toxic situation, and you're like, nope, death card, new start, thank God it's over. That, right, especially with a fiery climax approaches, stepping into a self energy. So let me, some of you, this could be very well a warning, but I don't feel like this was such a negative energy. Give me a second. Let me sit with this before I pull from those other three decks. I want to see if I can find like my singles. Normally I have my people that are in connections, people that have been in connections, but let me see if I can find my singles real quick. All right, I got some water and I am back because I needed to sit with this energy, because it's a lot. This is not what you would expect to see in a when will you get married, who you gonna marry, blah blah blah. But for my single specifically, I was able to cut through all of the heavy long-term connections. And the reason why you're falling into this energy, some of you, not a lot, just gonna throw it out there to get it out of the way. This is a forewarning of possibly like a potential first marriage. It's like a small percentage of you where this is the case. Most of you, you're gonna, the reason why this exists, why this person is stepping in with this super protective energy, is because this will be following, some of you, this will be following a relationship that either was, right, if we're talking about something that's happened already, or currently a situation that you're trying to get out of. And it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be any type of connection, right? Like you could have a toxic relationship with yourself as it relates to like your health, with the addictions card here. You could have a toxic relationship with your career, with the devil here. Could be ancestry with the like family members with this debt and inheritance. Like you may be having issues financially, issues career wise, issues health wise, a combination of it all. And once you step into an energy of leaving that behind, of healing and moving forward, then you'll be able to see kind of this person is going to come in, and this may be someone that actually supports you on that journey to healing, whether it's physical healing, mental, emotional healing, whatever the experience is that is difficult, the experience is that is trying. This person is stepping in honestly at the peak of it with the fiery climax approaches. Not at the end, but right when it peaks, that is when this person really kind of will rear their head, and you'll see kind of a support. Like this is a person that is not very expressive, like I said, but this is someone that will support you in a very, I guess, formal way. Some of you, it could be a formal support, like, you know what I mean, like a medical professional or someone like financial support. It could be that, or it could simply be someone kind of fate moving in the background, watching you from afar and whatnot, right? Like someone with some sort of an influence over your situation, or that could be some sort of influence over your situation. But it's definitely for the better, because it's looking like protection, right? It's not looking like controlling you, even though you have a history of that. And honestly, some of you have that trauma with you, where you're used to people being controlling. Those of you where this isn't the situation. Like, I'm not talking about what I paused before. I'm talking about my brand new people. If you're used to being in controlling situations like that, that you may see some of the character traits as red flags, but once you really pay attention to the person, you'll realize, right, that you're kind of projecting the energy I was getting earlier onto this new person. And once you give it a fair shot, you'll take your time and slowly get to know them, okay? And then, boom, you're all in, okay? So let's get into some lighter energy. Let's cut through. Tell me more about Pile 3's person that they're going to marry. Like, who's Pile 3 going to marry? When will they marry? Tell me more about that. And look what came through. There's 2 cards. So it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So yeah, it's safe for you to love, even if like some aspects of this person's personality may be a little bit triggering. It feels like you have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So could be something related to children as it relates. I did mention earlier that some of you will get married quickly. It could be why. Not saying all of you, not even saying most of you, but that is an underlying energy here. But also healing. We talked about healing energy and kind of really making light of energy of life, right? We go from being very detached, not very engaged in life, to very creative, very passionate, like exploring. Like, this will be someone that, even though like people see them as like, wow, they're super serious, they're like the big bad wolf. I like that example for whatever reason, but like they become very childlike with Pile 3. Like, Pile 3 really brings out their softer, more childlike side, okay, the fun side. So let me pull one more from this deck, and we'll take the bottom, and I do have 2 more that we can close this out with. Tell me more. Thank you. And then I'll sit with these cards in a second as well, because I want to get more on the actual situation. Even though it feels like a lot of you here, the dominant wedding energy is like getting hitched. It's like either sneaking off and doing so in a private, intimate ceremony, or still like flying out somewhere completely random and doing it still in secret, okay? You have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. And I do see this as a situation. This is where this person's stepping in. This may be, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, a friendship that develops into more. Hence the heavy protection energy from you. Some of you, this could be a childhood friend, you know what I mean? Or someone that you've known for quite some time, right? Like, it's just, again, very protective energy, right? Very fixated. And like, even though this controlling addiction, kind of obsessive energy is kind of heavy and it's a darker sense, I see it more as a more monogamous energy of being sure, being certain, and unwavering in their affection for you. But let your friends help you shows you that this is someone that will start as a friend first, okay? Especially as it relates to any trying times and hardships and trauma that you experience, okay? Honeymoon. Exactly. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So could get married on holiday, could get married on vacation. Like, you two may actually literally just be out and about, and then boom, let's go ahead and get married. And that's it. Like, skipping straight to the honeymoon. Like, I'm so serious. I feel like I don't see engagement. I don't even see I see just getting hitched and then honeymoon, like spending a month somewhere together and not even letting people know. So that's funny. I'll put this here. And then what I want to do, let me see. It's funny because I was like, let me see more on the setting, and then I got honeymoon, which let me know exactly like traveling afar to somewhere random and just it happening. That's the vast majority of the pile. Now, I see lots of themes. I say lots, but two themes, well, three actually, because Neptune is here, the water, of kind of being on a boat. So those may be like, because you have a boat here off, right? So it's like, could be on water, could be on a boat, could be on a cruise related to your partner, like your future spouse. That could be a relevant theme regarding the engagement or the marriage overall. But I definitely see that, especially because you do have Scorpio too. That's another water sign, and two cups in the middle. Very interesting. So let me get into this other deck. Tell me more about pile three. Tell me about pile three's future spouse, and then who they will marry and how and when. Tell me more about pile three's future spouse. Sweet song. It says soulmates often use music and songs as a telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. So if your person's not very expressive, this is a person that may use song lyrics or music in their proposal, right? Or maybe in the vows, it could be music, or there's just very specific music playing in the environment where you're getting married. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock it. Let me get two more. I'll take the bottom. Tell me more about pile three. It's outgoing energy, as in finalizing energy. So like, again, after quite some time, really nurturing and evolving and growing the connection. That might be the heaviest flow. Those of you that are on the farthest end of the left side of the spectrum, where it's not all of this heavy baggage, it could simply be that it's just you two will have been together long enough or in each other's lives long enough to really see the good times and bad times manifest in each other's lives. Okay, so if this was scaring you and you're like, oh no, I don't see that happening, this may resonate more, where it's just a person that you've been through thick and thin with. Again, not necessarily abusing each other. That's not what I mean at all. But like, they've had hard times, you've had hard times, you've seen it and experienced it together. And then when you finally come together in marriage, it's like a harvest, right? So it says you planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So yeah, someone that you really know. Some of you, your friends, are going to help you sneak off with this person. What is happening? So many chaotic scenarios coming through. So let me know in the comments why I'm getting this energy, some of you. You get my last one. Take them both. And here we are, control issues and telepathy. So we've got control issues. By trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. And then you have telepathy. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that are being sent and received at this time. As a person, you may communicate primarily through messages, through like writing, because under the telepathy there's like the drawing of the picture, and something about telepathy just felt like sending messages, like not even just written messages, but like leaving voice messages and stuff, like recordings that could be relevant to the connection. Okay. At the bottom, you have quality time. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting so you can ensure your partner is the number one focus. And that's that energy I was talking about. So like lots of control, lots of obsessive traits. I mean, it is very Capricorn, Scorpio-esque, the connection, especially with these 12th house influences. It's heavy. It's dark. I'm not going to lie, but it's deeply passionate and loving too. So it just, if that's the deep dive you kind of want with a connection, because those of you again that are on the lighter, more lighthearted end of the spectrum, it's just long term being around each other long enough to experience all aspects of a person's personality, which honestly you should before you marry them. Like, you should kind of get to know all of this person's sides before committing for life, right? So that's just kind of what it feels like to me, kind of really coming face to face, head on with each other's shadows. That's what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and pull from this last deck. And I can't even begin to think of like, because I think in pile 1 and 2, I got like specific seasons. I'm seeing everything here. So this may be maybe the most popular pile because it's so, it could be any time of the year. I'm seeing so many different things. The only thing that I'm seeing that is consistent, or the dominant energy, like I said earlier, is the on the whim, possibly skipping the engagement and the wedding and just getting married off somewhere. Okay. Tell me about pile 3's marriage, well, wedding, and future spouse. I'll pull more. I think I normally pull 3, but I want more than that because this pile has got a lot. So protection and Neptune, what is this? Pure heart. So this is the confirmation for those of you that are really afraid of this big bad wolf, devil, death card energy. Like, it's saying that this person's pure heart. It's like kind of like a Beauty and the Beast kind of an energy, right? Pure of heart. So like the connection is still rooted in pure of heart. And exactly, because you got deceptive with the mask, and the mask says like all things are not what you perceive them to be at first glance, right? Like, you know, someone's wearing a mask. So it's like this person's gonna be very pure of heart, and like, but they'll try very hard to be very strong and powerful and devil like, but with you they can't, right? The heart is very exposed as it relates to you. Okay, so let me pull, I think I want 6. Yeah, I think I want 6. So let me see what this is, and then we'll pull 3 more, take the bottom, walk away. Exactly. So this is something, a situation where earlier I mentioned like you walking away from something that is very troubling, very trying for you, whether it's an experience, a person, or a place. That's when this person's gonna come in, or did, if we're talking past or present energy. And also this is that destination kind of, well, I say destination, that implies other people. Those of you that do bring people when you just up and get hitched, it's gonna be the closest of friends, like the small 1, 2, maybe 3 friends you have will be there, if anyone is at all. But like, this is a running off and doing it energy. Okay, so let's see, let me get 3 more. Tell me more about pile 3's future spouse. This also in a much lighter read of this energy, this is a person. Yeah, exactly, confirming that. Now this came out in a different pile, so you may again want another pile, but this confirms my message that I'm reading of, this is someone that's willing to throw it all away for you. Like, this person will literally be willing to like die for you. Like that intense of a love with this death card. Not saying they will. I don't see that, and I wasn't even looking for that, but you know, that expression of like literally would do anything for you, would die for you. That's the energy coming through for your future spouse. Very protective, would go to war for you. Okay, would cut anybody off, because again, that missing piece of the heart. At the bottom, you do have soulmates. I have another reading where I think that this a similar image I use in the thumbnail. I've already made it, and I can't remember what it's called, but when you see it, if you see it, when it comes out, when I do it, like a movie, when it comes out, there may be messages for you in one of those piles. Let me get my last 2. I'll take the bottom. This also came out, but look, boats. It's under there now. You can't see in that 4 of cups, but boat, and then we have swept away, which I really associate with like water, this Neptune energy. like sweeping you away, sweeping you off your feet. Very protective. It's like a knight in shining armor kind of an energy, but in a very dark sense. It's a lot of cards. I'm not taking those. And flighty does feel like travel. So again, I do expect there to be some disconnects in the beginning, because I did mention that at the earlier part of the pile of that guarded energy, that guarded nature, that pretending to not be invested. That's another indicator of that deception. This may be a person that actually tries to run from you in the beginning stages or avoid you, or you do the same. But again, there's going to be that magic moment that connects you two. And I do see your either engagement, wedding, you know, being a magic moment. Again, just on a whim, a moment. Like it feels like a moment where it happens, okay? More lost love in the future. Okay, so some of you, this will happen after a period of separation. This will happen at a point in which this person may feel like they've lost you. Maybe that's some of the energy I'm seeing, the addiction, the control issues. Like there may be a separation before you two come together and are like, you know what, let's just do it. I don't want to be without you kind of energy. And you may actually date someone else, or maybe it's the fear of this that pushes this person. Like something, I don't know if this person's, some of you, it will be as simple as like not you actually dating someone. This person may have a dream of you leaving them, or a dream of being without you, or even like something chaotic as a dream of you passing, like a dream of you dying, and then being like, no, not living without pile 3, wake you up like, hey, get up, let's go get married. And I'm not even like, I'm not even playing. You know, you have the future, which I think it came out another pile, not this specific card, but the actual wedding. And you can see like the bright lights, the hidden faces, like sneaking off and not letting people know you did it. For sure. I love that this came out at the end though. Magic moment, lost love, the future, like not losing the moment. That said, some of you will actually, oh my gosh, let me hurry up and close this out. It's getting so long, but there's so much coming through. Some of you, because these images are so similar. Look at that commitment. So yeah, see? And then lock and key is underneath. So lock and key. So those locks may be relevant. But lost love. So it looks like there's someone there observing and feeling like they missed out. So I don't know if this is like after you tell people, or if some of you, because all of you are not going to just run off and do it. That's just the down energy. Some of you are going to have like a small wedding, and like once you start posting about your honeymoon, I don't know if that toxic ex I mentioned, whether it was an ex-spouse or just a traumatic partner, sees, but they're just feeling like they're missing out. And I'm seeing that. I don't know why that's coming through in your future spouse energy, but maybe it's because your spouse is like super protective over you based on the past experiences. Like I don't know if you talk a lot about an ex, or your experiences, or the situation, the people, because it doesn't have to be a romantic person, a trauma. It just looks like someone that feels like they've been left out of your future because of whatever happened in the past. And then your future spouse is super protective and guarded and combative with this person. I don't know. We're not developing that any further, but I just want to let you know that was there. Probably half of this chaotic energy. Hopefully you were able to follow it, and hopefully at least something here resonated, because it was a lot. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 4. So let's look to see the energy surrounding your next. Why am I saying next? I think I said it in a different pile, not the last one, but the one before. So might be next for you, but I just want to see the energy of who you're going to marry, when it's going to happen, whatever comes through, and your future spouse. So I will be pulling from this tarot deck. I do feel a little disoriented in me trying to do this, which makes no sense, as I did take a break from the last pile. Honestly, pile 3 really wasn't bad. It was a very experienced energy. It was an energy of long-term couplings, predominantly. And like, if you watch it, you'll know what I mean. And I'll probably post something in the comments for those of you that are interested in that pile as well. But yeah, so I'm going to use this deck just to see if I can get an overall theme or energy surrounding your future spouse. Then I'll go into the tarot and we'll power through those oracle decks so we can get clarification. So tell me about pile 4 and their future spouse. Tell me about the future spouse of pile 4. When they're going to get married, who's going to marry, all of the stuff surrounding how the marriage will come to be. Tell me about pile 4. I don't want this one, but like it's like throwing itself at me. So prosperity, it will come to you at a very prosperous period. Oh goodness, prosperity and abundance. Fine, whatever. What's at the top? Passion, very passionate connection. Okay, I'm not going to fight it because I don't want to make this longer than it has to be. But something about your connection, I mean, I'm trying to see if I can get this to clear up. Maybe it will take some time before it, it's clear what's happening with the connection and who it is, right? It might be foggy, especially right now. It might not seem like something that's going to happen, something that's very probable for you. But prosperity is a huge thing. So your person's going to be very prosperous and abundant. Okay, very much so. So let me get more energy on that because those are very materialistic based themes. But at least you can be certain that you'll be financially secure with your partner. Some of you may have needed that. The fact that that came out in 2 words describing that energy. This is someone that does not have many needs on the material plane. Okay. Tell me more about pile 4's future spouse. All right. Let me see. This one's... We'll take what's on the table. The Magician. Ooh, this is someone that is really, really powerful in terms of manifestation, like someone that really has control of their life and the world around them. Like they can manifest anything. That's why they're so prosperous. About like, this is a person that can really speak anything into existence, right? Because the Magician, that is Mercury energy, that is the planet of communication. It rules Gemini, which I associate with this card, and Gemini rules the 3rd house of communication. So a good speaker, a good communicator, a good writer, someone that's very good at communicating in some form, but again, speaks whatever they need into existence and transform situations for the better. So this is someone that can really make things happen. Okay. Let's see. Tell me more about pile 4. Some of you want to pick pile 2 because I almost said pile 2. Tell me more about pile 4's person. Yeah, this person can do anything literally by themselves, right? Because Magician is number 1. And then you have the 7 of Wands, which is someone that is really fighting a good fight, but they are winning, right? They're fighting a battle all on their own against various forms of opposition, but they always come out. Notice this person found their way out of the trenches, right? I'm going to call it the trenches of all of those wands just stacked up against them, and they found the way out. That is the person that you will marry. Like, this person really, it feels self-made, right? Someone that's very successful because of themselves, right? Definitely. Tell me more about pile. Yeah, someone that has definitely been hurt before. Someone that's definitely been through a lot of trauma, may wear their heart on their sleeve, but deeply, deeply passionate. I also see the 3 of Swords' heart cutting open, as in someone that feels very deeply, very intensely. So this is a very, this person feels a lot. Now, I know swords are not feelings, but I associate the 3 of Swords with feelings. And, you know, very smart, very intellectual person, because it is a sword card, and we do have this mercurial energy here. But the 3 of Swords can talk about someone that's constantly in their head a lot, like constantly fighting the good fight, constantly active. So that's some traits that this person will very much likely have, okay? At the bottom, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm telling you, this person's got it. Like when it comes to material stuff, it's not a question. Like it's not anything to be worried about or concerned about. Like this person's always in a new bag, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, there's always some new opportunity, some new creation, some new endeavor, some new thing they're working on. Like this person just attracts literally prosperity and abundance. Okay? Even if they've been unfortunate in the matters of like the heart and whatnot. Because with the Three of Swords, it feels like this person has been very unlucky in love, right? Very successful materially, but very unlucky in love, right? Constantly having to struggle in that area. But again, they stay in a bag. They keep a pentacle, okay? Keep a pentacle. That's this person. So I'm going to put this here. And we will start diving right into these astrology-based oracle decks. So let's find out more. If you've wanted to pick one of the previous piles, I noticed without it being a spoiler, I did get details kind of who in the first two piles, but I find that my last two piles were more descriptive of individuals. So I do find that maybe half of you here are going to pick two piles, one from the first half and one from the second, whichever you choose, and it doesn't even have to be that way. I just get a feeling that some of you are questioning whether or not you want to pick one of the first two piles for more scenario-based energy, and that's perfectly fine. That said, let's stick around and see what's happening here, because again, I'm only in the tarot. I don't know the scenarios yet. I don't know what's going to come out. I still have like 5 decks to go through. So let's see. Tell me more about pile 4 and their next. I keep wanting to say next. I don't know why. Like, I guess you're the next person. Like, maybe if this isn't your next person, maybe you'll be their next person. Maybe this person's going to stick it out alone for a while and focus on building themselves so that they can heal through trauma or just build themselves up. And then when it naturally, organically happens with you, that'll be their next situation, right? So maybe that's why I'm saying the word next. But next is relevant in some sense, okay? So tell me about pile 4's future spouse. Tell me about pile 4's future spouse. For whatever reason, I said I wanted to, but we'll see. Yeah, definitely. I don't even remember which pile, but this came out previously, so I will pull another one. But opposition says imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. So your person, your future spouse will likely be a little bit opposite of you. Like they're like, I'm not saying you're not prosperous and abundant. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this person may be rooted more in physical and intellectual energy. You may not be, okay? Or opposite, like it, or reverse. It could be, it just feels like this person is opposite of you in some way. It could be culture, it could be experiences, right? Maybe you don't have as much trauma as this person, or maybe this person doesn't have as much trauma as you. Maybe they just are unlucky in love and they're fine with it. You know what I mean? Like something about you two, there's an opposition, okay? I'm seeing power struggle being very relevant, okay? So it could be class, especially since you have prosperity and abundance, it could be class. Because even if you're not struggling, you may not be as abundant as this individual, and that may be a bit of a cultural difference, okay? But I do want one more. And opposition also talks about someone who up against the odds, right? Someone that is always up for a challenge, and someone that is very much successful in pursuing challenges, like someone that can fix anything, right? With the magician, someone that can change and improve any type of situation or circumstances against the odds, right? Which is the opposition. So mutable, okay? And our mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Sorry, I was trying to get that focus. It says surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So very Gemini in nature, right? Very mutable in nature, very flexible, adaptive. This person has many faces, not necessarily two-faced from a negative perspective, but this person can adapt in any environment. And that's really the key to their success. And that's, they can fit in anywhere, okay? Anywhere, okay? So that is part of this person's nature and this person's character. So let me put this here. And then let's see, fire, okay? Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. And our fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius could be a sign, but it also is someone, you know, very invested in higher knowledge and learning and adapting to other people's cultures, which makes sense because that energy is coming through here. Your person is very personality based, because I'm not getting like signs, I'm getting characteristics like oppositions, fiery, the person's mutable, they're like a magician, right? Like that's the energy coming through for your person. I'm hearing that some of you, this person can put on a good show with the magician. They can control a group, a crowd, put on a performance, okay? Whether they need to or not, okay? Okay. Emotions are running high and step out of your comfort zone. So here's the thing, and I guess maybe that is where you and this person are very different. It for me, it feels like in the areas this person's comfortable, you're not. And in the areas where you're comfortable, they're not. That's the opposition. And honestly, as a couple, you know, this person is going to work out because you'll challenge each other in the best ways, because you'll put each other on path. Like you're meant to kind of engage each other romantically, especially as spouses, because you're putting each other on purpose. And that's not going to just help you two as individuals. That's going to help all of the people you're meant to touch. Not saying you're all going to touch like a wide variety of people, but everybody you interact with day to day, you connect with in some form. And something about the things you're supposed to do, this person's supposed to do, coming together really does it, okay? Especially since Gemini is twins, it's like a mirroring energy, like a complementary energy. Okay, the bottom, exactly, full moon in Pisces. That's another mutable sign, really adapting to one another. You two will adapt to one another very well for opposites. Like you'll be opposite, but you'll be very adaptive to one another in a way that is actually, and the word I'm hearing is remarkable, because like in being so different, you just complement one another so well. And like it does, it says balance, spirituality, and practicality. And so again, one of you is very practical. I'm going to read it as your person, since that's the energy that came through dominantly. And the other of you is very spiritual. And flip it if not, right? Like flip it. Like your person may be the deeply spiritual one. And ooh, I can definitely see it both ways. Yeah, I can so don't feel like overwhelmed. Again, I always say these are general readings. You may be one energy or the other. I've been reading it as your person's very practical, because prosperity and abundance just feels very rooted and grounded in the physical plane. But again, it doesn't have to be, because the magician is a deeply spiritual energy. It is a spirit energy of manifesting abundance. Like your person could be deeply spiritual and prosperous as a result, because they live by like the laws of the universe and whatnot. They're very in tune with you know, attracting things to and opportunities that they need to be successful. So either side, just know that the person is not the side that you are. Okay, that's the best way to go about it. But yeah, this is definitely going to be something to put you and your partner on the North Node, though. Love that energy. Again, the one energy that is very dominant in this pile, outside of prosperity and abundance, is mutable energy, right? Because even in the opposition, I mean, it's two halves, it's two sides, right? But I mean, magician, that's mutable energy. You have a mutable card. You have Pisces. Okay, so let me see. Tell me more about pile four's future spouse. I think this came on a different pile. Sorry, I like to use natural light, and it is getting a bit dark now. I should probably shift by blinds, and I probably will after I put this card down. But it says self-made, abundant, rich, full circle, changes, and joy. Rags to riches. That's your person though. Like your person has really lifted themselves up. And some of you, this is a complimentary energy. You're kind of lifting yourself up as well. So it just feels like someone here is very, well, I mean, I used the word self-made. I did earlier. I said self-made, and here it is, self-made. So, but someone is really coming full circle and stepping into their power. Let me see if I can adjust the light. Okay, shining a light. I opened the bonds a little more, and now you can see. Look at that. Great. So yeah, self-made, abundant, rich, full circle, changes, and joy. That way you can see the card. But rags to riches. It is very much like your person's overall theme. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. So sorry. Yeah, definitely with revenge at the bottom. Honestly, it may be very sharp, like me just doing it. I have no idea why I did that, but like it may be like very sudden, a very sudden shift in success for your person, and that'll be how you recognize this person. But it says newness, revenge body, luxury, reaching goals, sudden success. Exactly. So let me see, because I'm telling you all about this person, but I'm trying to see like where you're connecting. And like, and with all of this mutable energy, it's like it could happen anywhere, right? So let me see if I can get more on that, on like the where and the how. You've got Oshun, sensuality, self-love, beauty, water, and fertility. So it could be near water, specifically rivers, because she is definitely associated with rivers. So yeah, I guess that is the energy for you. But Oshun, again, love, beauty, wealth, right? Some of you, a very specific group of you, this may be affiliated with this person's spirituality and or religious practices. You know what I mean? So let me see if I can get more. I think I want one more, and I'll take the bottom. Tell me more about, well, I've got a lot on the person. Tell me when Kyle or will get married. Give me some details, please. You don't own me. So it says freedom, alignment, aerial fitness. Now, I'm not going to lie. This does add to that mutable energy. It will vary for all of you because maybe a lot of you are selecting this pile. But the color yellow is very relevant. But it, again, freedom, alignment, aerial fitness. It feels like you'll meet this person when you're really stepping into an energy of abundance. Like when you're kind of stepping up, possibly after some sort of heartbreak of some sort, some type of opposition, a new beginning, a fresh start. Once you begin to see balance stepping into your life, yep, the sun shifting, confirming what I've said. Yeah, I think I want one more, and then I'll take the bottom just to balance out the table since I'm talking about balance. Here we are. Okay, so okay, fast and sudden connections. Hold on. Sex positivity and pleasure. So could be relevant energy, but I'm not going to develop it. That may be relevant to the connection, but I'm not, YouTube not playing that, and I'm not going to do it. But I will take that energy of fast, sudden connections, right? It may happen much faster than you expect. Maybe an instant connection with this person, okay? But really, it feels like one or both of you will be really stepping into your independence at the point in when you meet. Point in which you meet. At the bottom, you do have unavailable. It's a busy, absent, taken, hard to reach. So one or both of you may be unavailable at the early stages, right? And then we do have that calendar that says December. December could be a relevant time period for some of you. Tell me more. I do have religious factors at the bottom, so that may be, one of you may be very religious. Tell me more. Unavailable also lets me know, sorry, I'm like shaking the stand. It also tells me that you're not looking for it. Neither of you may be looking for it when it happens. It's funny because I promise the sun is not setting. The sun is not setting, but it just, the angle of where I live and the window that I'm at, it feels like a sun is kind of setting. But I mean, I like the glow of the table, especially for this pile. It's like a revelation. What is this? Okay, like threw itself off the top of the deck. So it says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. That's interesting. Okay, pile 4. I'll put it there. I'll put it there, but let me get a good shuffle. I'll take at least 2 more. So you've got, this could be the one you've already met. So I don't want to say all because it's a general reading. If this is resonating, 9 times out of 10, the vast majority of you know this person. Okay, pile 4, you know this person. That's why it doesn't matter. It's not telling me when you're going to meet the person. I'm over here asking questions we already have the answers to. That's funny. But like, yeah, because this could be the one. But true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Of a lifetime, okay. But so I'll stop asking the when, since the majority of you, it's happened. And then I'll see if I can get more energies just surrounding maybe the engagement or wedding, if there's anything that I can get. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so some of you, this for whatever reason, I really want to balance. So something about this connection is either really balancing or triggering balance in your life. And that may make sense with healing family issues. Anything that has been left unchecked, unhealed, undone will need to come together with this union. And I'm seeing that, but it may happen like with the healing family issues, when someone addresses some major issues, whether it's regarding parents, just ancestry, any of the stuff, I could see that being the period where things really begin to come together. Like that could be when the engagement happens, is when the healing of the family issues begins, like addressing those things. Okay, 5. Okay, I'll put that. So let's see here. We got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And I'll let this one stagger. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So that's why we're not really getting a timing. So we got the don't ask who, because we got the confirmation that, well, like 9 out of 10 of you, it's someone you know or have met. And then you got the let go of control issues as a stop asking me when. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like sometimes as a reader, I can't like I don't really pull cards for myself for this reason. Because when you're asking questions that you don't need the answer to, you will not get them. So let go of control issues. So we don't get the when. We got a who. Let's see. Keep an open mind. That's for those of you that were like, I guess that's not who. Well, not saying that that's who, because it doesn't mean that you're consciously thinking of that person. It just means you've already met them. Okay? If it doesn't resonate, pick another pile, but that's what I've got. Okay? Especially with keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And that makes sense with this balanced spirituality and practicality, because some of you here are deeply spiritual and or religious, and this person is the opposite of that. Some of you here are deeply materially based, and that person has no attachment to material things. It just depends on this is fine. It just depends on who you are and what opposite means to you. So I could see it being a thing, okay? But yeah, this is what spirit is saying. Sorry, I'm moving some of my other things out of the way so I can get a good shuffle. Some of you, so I have all kinds. I need to clean this table, y'all. I need to stop. But this crystal right here, see the sparkle? So this, I was trying to make space for my Black Hollywood Romance Stars deck, and I found the card for it. So it says it's considered a talisman of love that will help one discover their true emotions buried within. This stone helps pull out all the suppressed feelings we hold so dear to us. Okay. It's talking about dropping a guard and releasing emotions. Okay, so maybe, listen, I'm talking about the whole letting go of the control and opening of a mind. And yeah, I have so many crystals and rocks. I don't know what they all mean. so, so sometimes, like when I get a card, I just try to hold it in my little magical stack. But yeah, maybe you needed that message. Maybe you need one of those rocks. Some of you. Let me see. Tell me more about pile 4. Tell me more about pile 4. Building a future. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. Beautiful. That's honestly the energy, like someone that you're gonna build a future with, really build with. Okay, I want 4. I wonder why that's in reverse and why it's in reverse over prosperity and magician. Some of you, magician is all about control. It's all about manipulating things and trying to control situations and outcomes and manifesting and prayers to Oshun, to candles, all of the things, regardless of your religion or your spiritual practice. It's saying, once you, because you got control issues twice, it's saying stop trying to control things. So okay, so by trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. So stop doing it, okay? Like, let it ride. And that's for those of you that are definitely conscious of it. Okay, it's actually for all of you. So those of you that are conscious of the connection, that are like, okay, yeah, I like it, blah, 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 blah. Where's it headed? Let it go and let it happen as it's supposed to. Those of you where you're resisting the connection, that's another form of control issues, like trying to resist something that, while you have free will, is kind of meant to be, especially since it's for your betterment with this North Node card. You can resist whatever you want, but it's not for your highest good, okay? So let's see what this is. It says make a move. The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. So yeah, this is your confirmation. Those of you, I wasn't expecting this pile, but this is the confirmation for those of you where you're like, okay, this is a certain situation that's already here and existing and evolving. That's what's happening, okay? Let me get my last one. I'll take the bottom, and I do have that Golden Soulmates Twin Flame Oracle off to my left that I will pull from as well, okay? So tell me more about pile 4. Who will pile 4 marry, and all of the things associated with it. All right, so there's 2. How am I gonna put this? Okay, I think I have space. So, magnetic souls. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards each other. And then enchanted love. It's very, even the language is really abundant, right? It's like, oh, this person's making you feel magnetic and enchanted, right? Like very flowy and fairy tale like. So it says a sacred bond that is divinely guided and harmonious. Okay, so yeah, they all fit. Great. Let's take the bottom. Explore. Take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's inner thoughts. Yeah, so this is a journey. This is a journey. This is an experience that will evolve and grow the both of you. But I mean, this is all we're gonna get. I'll pull from this last deck and see what else we can get, but I'm not gonna force the issue with spirit. It's not useful to do so. This harmony, yeah, it's oh, exactly. I'm saying I'm not gonna force the issue, and then off to the right here, I see this harmony. Just know that it is very soon. But if you try to force it, if I try to force information, it's gonna throw off the connection, out of alignment. Okay, because the thing about it is, and I should not say this as a tarot reader, but I don't care. Doing too much, getting too many readings, personal, YouTube, on a connection, a specific connection. Now, it's fine if you're watching this just to see and it's confirming, but if you were already coming in like, oh my gosh, I hope it was this person, I hope it's not that person, like if you're like heavy clinging to a person, whether in a negative perspective or a positive one, it throws off the energy. It throws off the connection. So like I said, if you're watching this for fun and you're like, oh, let me just see if she can give me a good read on who it is, and if it just confirms it for you and you just let it go, good. But like, do not cling, right, to this connection and whatnot, or cling against it, right? Because that's a thing. That is a thing, apparently, because I see that energy heavily here. So let me get cards. I got 2, but I think I wanted 3. But I think I might end up taking more than that. I've got karmic ties and chemistry. And this just says that the bond, it is heavy. It's a deep attachment between 2 people. And that is why, if you have been trying to resist it, that's why, okay? I think I'll just make this a whole world. Tell me more about Pile 4's future spouse. And karmic ties, like people use the word karmic like it's a bad thing. Karmic ties just meant that you 2 came into this world to teach each other something. That's all. And that doesn't make it a bad thing. It just means that you're going to grow as a person. So let's see exactly, right? Karmic ties. Look at this connection. Give me 2 more. Deceptive. That's for those of you that are like hiding and detaching, and those of you where you're not, that's you. Some of you are just downplaying the level of intensity. Others of you are sneaky, still trying to do like manifestations and everything. Just kind of let it ride. Don't do all of that. And again, some of you, this is also your person downplaying how they feel as well. So let me get one more. Sorry, I don't mean to knock it, and then we'll close this bad boy out. One more for pile 4, please. Thank you. Yeah, that's your confirmation. And that's the same energy here, right? Secret admirer. So some of you, you know this person is not who you're thinking of, and it is a secret admirer. Others of you, this is a deep connection that you're already aware of, even if you've been resisting it, because some of you have been. Secret admirer, right? And some of you, this is your confirmation with your person, if there's distance, with the unavailable card, or if they're emotionally unavailable, or whatever the stuff is. This is your confirmation, okay? Let me get this bottom, and faith. Okay, I like that gold color. That's actually cute. I don't know what that thing is though. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. Keep faith in, I guess, your connection, if there is one. Be optimistic about the future of your love life and your love situation, regarding this person specifically or not. But it's a very good situation that is coming to be for you. You just have to let go control, okay? So that is all I have for you today, Pile 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.